Very blessed morning to the saints and friends of God in the house here. Very blessed morning to every one of you that is worshiping with us online, whichever part of the world that you are worshiping us from. We do appreciate you, and we are very optimistic and sure that the blessings that God is giving to us for this opportunity and privilege, that same blessing shall be given unto you even as you walk according to his calling in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Thanking God for his grace and his love continually. He remains the God of the whole heaven, earth, and sea. Beside him there is none. Truly, God rules, he reigns, and have dominion over the affairs of men and spirit, everywhere, universally. In the sermon series today, remember that the year 2020, the year of duality, has been tagged, or was tagged, is tagged as my year of no song. And I'm sure and optimistic that the world has faced something new that it has never seen in centuries past. God is the moderator of the world. I have always said, I'm still saying it. He chooses what song every nation of the earth should sing. And when he is the song leader choosing, you must sing that which he says. Blessed be his name for the song he has chosen for the earth this year. And of course, may his name be magnified, because soon he shall call to an end the song of COVID-19 on earth, soon and soonest, in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. I'm speaking to you from, I know you know, 1 Samuel chapter 15. Don't ask me, don't you have another portion of the Bible to? I want you, of course, do I say I? You are needed to understand, the Spirit wants you to understand, that in a single chapter of the Bible, all the topics from Genesis to Revelation can be, are there. There is a reason why God is discussing this. Sin. For more than 3 months now, we've been discussing about sin. So in 1 Samuel chapter 15, from verse 1 down to 28 and 29, as I paraphrase, because I know you know much about this, this is the story of the rejected king of Israel. In 1 Samuel chapter 15, we see King Saul being commissioned to go for a project of utterly destroying the Amalek. The Bible told us that they went, and of course, they did not do as God said. They didn't destroy the Amalek utterly. I told you 2 reasons why that wasn't done. Gains. And the king came back thinking that he has gotten victory. I tell you what, any victory that is, gotten in sin is gotten in shame and rejection. And so he came back and he was told, why do you have to do all this? He said, I did it. I did everything. The man of God said, sorry, you never did what you were asked to do. You were asked to utterly destroy. Because of this, he was told that he has been rejected. I only want to read where is beneficial to you for today. The Bible said in verse 21, giving reasons for his action. The king said, but the people took all the spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal, giving reason for the sin. The people took these things that they might use it for sacrifice to your God in Gilgal. If you read further, you see that King Saul was rejected because of this. The topic today is tagged the manifestation of sin. The manifestation of sin. Manifestation, manifestation. Manifestation of sin. What is manifestation? It's a sign that shows something clearly. That sign that shows something very clear. Manifestation is one of the forms that something has when it happens, when it appears, when it occurs. For example, if somebody say, I saw lightning, what do you expect? When he said, I saw thunder, what do you expect? When you carry the Nigerian tea called Lipton and mix it in hot water, what do you have? Do you have a white color or do you have a brown color? That color you have is the manifestation of Lipton tea in hot water. When you hit your leg against a stone or wood, pain will manifest. That feeling you have is the manifestation of pain. So today, I'm talking on what I call the manifestation of sin. I need you to understand that sin does manifest in several ways. And of course, in the base of way, so that it will appeal to you to commit it. Sin cannot manifest itself in its true form, lest you will detest it. I will not commit it. Sin will always manifest itself in the best possible way in order to entice you. And I ask, the sin you commit, what form did it manifest itself for you to commit it? Another word for the manifestation of the word of sin is called packaging. The packaging of sin. Somebody has said that, women knows how to package more than men. And women knows how to package themselves more than men. If a woman want to, package herself as a man, he knows how to package himself as a man. And will come out, and if you think it's a man. If a woman want to package, herself as a woman, of course, she knows how to do that better. I don't know if that is true. I want you to understand that there are several items that people buy and patronize because of the packaging, which ordinarily they wouldn't have patronized it, but because of the way it is packaged. What makes most people commit sin is the way that sin packaged himself, manifests himself. That is why people, commit it. There are people that like chewing bitter cola, not because of the taste, but because of the, of the noise that you hear when you chew it. Crook, crook, crook. They just enjoy that noise. That is packaging. And there's sometimes somebody will chew bitter cola because of the packaging of chewing it. You will like, I want to chew it. I told you when somebody chew some, what you call seeds. When I was in secondary school, somebody was chewing some seed in the classroom. I hear crook, crack, crook, crack. I enjoyed the noise, and I was hearing. I said, "Please, can I chew it?" He brought it out. I never knew what it is. I didn't know that it's Indian hemp he was chewing. He was doing crack, crack. So I enjoyed the noise. I said, "Please, can I chew it?" I don't even know what Indian hemp looks like. So when he gave it to me, I said, "What is it?" He said, "Just chew it." I carried 3 and chew. I tell you what, I slept up in the class. The next time I wake up in the hospital. That is packaging of sin. For you to understand what I'm saying, the manufacturer of Toyota cars is the best packaging company I know. They know how to manifest, their products. This manifestation has made them to take over the entire market in the whole world because of their ingenuity in packaging. I call them one name, different packaging and different manifestations. They have succeeded so much because of the great knowledge in packaging. One mechanic told me that, in fact, when you see Toyota cars, some of the cars has the same engine. About 3 cars has same engine. It's just the building that people rush to. They design the same engine. You see, they have used this packaging to attract people to buy. If you don't buy, Camry, you are going to buy Avalon. If you don't buy, Avalon, you are going to buy which other one? Name them, Lexus. You are going. The list is endless. Corolla, you are going to buy them. Name them. They just packaging the names. Just package it. Change the design. It could be just one engine. But the design differs. Why? This is made to attract you to buy. This is the same thing that sin does. It manifests itself in a very beautiful package. But within it is what I call regrets and nothing. Sin is the greatest genius in packaging. Without it, few people will commit sin. Sin is very good in packaging itself. And of course, only to be discovered that all that glitters are not gold. This is what we see. Sin does this in order to protect itself and encourage and deceive people to patronize it. No man in his right senses, no woman in his right senses will do anything without gain. Nobody. Anything you do it because of the gain that you get from it. You cannot do it because of the loss. Right from creation till death, no man or woman ever commits sin unless it has what it will benefit him or her. I ask, what do you benefit from the sin that you commit? Or can you commit sin at a loss? No, you will not. In the sin of Adam and Eve, the Bible said they have 3 benefits. What do I mean? The sin of disobedience in the Garden of Eden presented itself, packaged itself, designed itself in 3 benefits. 1, it was a tree that was good for food. That is how it shows itself. 2, it was a tree that that was pleasant. If you look at it in the eyes, you eat it. And of course, it was also a tree that was desired to make one wise. Genesis chapter 3 verse 6. In the case of Cain, the sin he committed, the sin of murder, packaged himself in a way that it would take away the guilt of his failure. Take away the guilt of, the bad service he rendered unto God. If he kills the brother, he's going to take away all this guilt from him. That is how the sin of murder, in Genesis chapter 4, verse 4, packaged itself before Cain. I ask, how does sin package itself? How does it manifest itself that make you to commit it? In our context here in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 15, the king said, but the people took the spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto thy God in Gilgal. Did you see that? So, the sin of disobedience, we saw, package itself. When they look at those animals, they say, wow, if we carry these animals and put them on the altar of Israel, these big animals, these ox, all this one, if we take the oxen, all of them, and take him, oh wow, what a big boy! This kind of animal, he go sweet for sacrifice for God. Well, the sin they had manifested in itself in the form of a present or sacrifice unto God. If we carry them, we can present it to God. We can use it to sacrifice. Sin never manifests itself in its true form. It must always manifest in a form that will make you benefit, to benefit from it. In verse 26 of 1 Samuel chapter 15, we see sin as a personality changer. It changes your personality. It changes your name. But when you're about to commit it, it will never tell you that it will change your name and you shall no longer be called Peter. They shall call you a thief. They shall call you, corrupt. They shall call it embezzlement. He wouldn't tell you that. He will give you something that say you be a rich man. So sin, manifests, package itself as, what I call, personality changer, changing from small to big. Personality changer. It will never tell you that it can change a leader from being a leader to being a follower. It can change a king from being a king to being a beggar. And of course, sin manifests itself in a way that it will attract men. The manifestation of sin, therefore, is the way that sin appears or seems to present itself and appeal to you before you will accept to and yield to commit that sin. Sin has never appeared to man as something that you can detest. It must appear to you as something that you gain from it, something beneficial to you. What sin does is that, first of all, it will deceive you and put the sinner in some sort of disadvantage. Sin will put you in some sort of disadvantage, and when you put you in this kind of disadvantage, what it does is that it will put himself as the only panacea, as the only redeemer, as the only salvation, as the only thing that will set you free. That is what sin does. And when it puts you at a disadvantage, makes you feel so bad, makes you feel so uncomfortable, makes you feel so small, it will make you know that if you follow me, you commit me, you are with me, I shall take you up. And that's what sin does. Sin must first of all deceive and put the sinner in some sort of disadvantage and put itself, the sin, in advantage position in order to be able to deliver you. This is called deception of sin. In 1 Timothy 2 verse 14, the Bible said a word. It said Adam was not deceived, but Eve was. What does it mean? It means that sin that appears to Eve as something great was deception. Sin can manifest itself in the form of happiness and enjoyment. It cannot manifest itself in some of suffering. No. It will manifest as happiness and enjoyment. So that you feel that if you commit this sin, you'll be very happy. If you commit this sin, you'll be bad. It's enjoyment. A lot of people smoke because they call it enjoyment. Some people become drunkards because they call it enjoyment. They call it happiness. Some live in all form of sin, fornication and adultery, lying, murder, corruption. They do it and they call it enjoyment. There are several women you see on the street walk naked. It is enjoyment. Play can become a sin, especially the sin of doing nothing. In 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 7, the Bible said we should not be idolaters as many of them were. But the people sit down and eat and rise up to play. You see, play become a sin. Sin can appear in the form of food and drinks. Of course, Adam and Eve lost Eden because of food. It can appear in the form of huge money and unparalleled success. Judas Iscariot, is a good example of this. Sin can manifest itself in the form of freedom. In the form of freedom. Of course, the Bible told us that Onesimus, in Philemon chapter 1, Onesimus freed himself from his master. But that freedom was a sin before the Lord. That is why Paul had to return him. Sin can manifest itself in the form of sin. In the form of freedom. of freedom. Oh, excuse me, why must he talk to me like you like that inside your mind? Why is he talking to you like that? Tell him you are stupid. Tell him your mother is stupid. Tell him you are very stupid. Abuser. And you just open your mouth. You are very stupid. Maybe you say you are very stupid. It's why they slap you. Sin will not tell you that they will slap you. Sin will not tell you that they will arrest you. He wouldn't tell you that. What sin will tell you are those good things that he thinks that you enjoy. Somebody said, I get freedom. In fact, I am free. You see, there are some women that like to dress in men's apparel. If you ask them and say, I am very free, it makes me free. Some go naked with bomb shot in the street. They say, it makes me free. Shamelessly. Shamelessly. Against 1 Timothy 2 verse 9 to 10, which the Bible said, women should dress with some kind of apparel that shows shame and sobriety. Sin can manifest itself in some form of riches. Will make you, if you do this thing, I say you are a rich man, you are a rich woman. If you just do it, in fact, you are rich already. You are rich already. And you put yourself in it and do it. Like Judas sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. I know what happened to me. Like Achan enriched himself to death. In Joshua 7 verse 1 to 24. We see quite well that all these were riches. Achan in his mind told him, if you carry these clothes, when you wear it and people see you, it's the chieftaincy clothes, people will bow for you. That is what sin told him. Sin did not tell him that God has warned that nobody should take it. That whosoever take it shall die. Sin will not say that to him. Sin can appear in the form of satisfaction and affection, as in the case of the wife of Potiphar. Genesis 39 verse 7 down to 20. Potiphar's wife saw Joseph. He said, if he goes into you, if you can get this boy to sleep with you, you will have satisfaction, you will have affection. You know your husband is not always there. Why do sin enticed her? In 2 Samuel chapter 11, from verse 1 to 8, we saw the king of Israel, King David. He thought he would have affection and satisfaction in another person's wife. Sin never told him that sword will never depart from your house. Sin never told him, because you killed this man, your nation will have no peace. Sin didn't tell him that. He only told him the affection and satisfaction that he was going to get. Sin can appear in the form of victory and conquest. When you just walk out, why don't you just walk out and free yourself? No, excuse me. Why do you like to box yourself up? Is this a free world? That is what sin will tell you. It will never tell you that you remain unmarried forever. It will never tell you that you remain a harlot forever. It will never tell you that you lose your personality. It will never tell you. It will never tell you. It must manifest. It must package itself in a way that you like it. I ask, how does sin manifest to you? How does sin package itself to convince you to commit it? Sin can manifest in the form of deception, to deceive you to yield. The topic is the manifestation of sin. In Genesis chapter 25, verse 31 to 34, you know what happened? The sin of selling of birthright packaged himself in the form of, hunger. Hunger and feeding. The Bible never told us that Esau did not eat for 1 year or for 2 weeks or for a week. Just one day. Just one day. He saw that his birthright is of no value. That's what I told you, that what sin does first is that he will put you at a disadvantage. It makes sure you are at a disadvantaged position and put himself in an advantage position as a savior. He is the only one that can save you. That's what happened to the man called Esau here. He made him to, excuse me, of what benefit is my birthright? Behold, I am at the point of death. And what benefit? Did you see that? He made him to be at disadvantage. That food now become advantage for him to take. To Esau, the sin of despising his birthright manifested in the form that, if you see as it is, look at this food. You are suffering. Made him feel that he was suffering. Trade. And of course, he did not see that there was pains in it. What he saw was gains. The gain of satisfaction. The gain of eating. And of course, he decided to commit the sin. The manifestation of sin, in this case of Esau, was in the form of gains. Let me say what here. People commit sin because of what they will gain from that sin. And that's the truth. You will never commit any sin if you get nothing from it. No. Why do you commit sin? And why do you commit sin? Because of what you gain from it. It is because of what sin will tell you, how it will manifest itself before you. And so here, the manifestation of the sin here, in the case of Esau, sale of birthright, despising of birthright, was just eating of a pottage, red pottage. Esau saw himself as being a loser. No, excuse me, or what? As a face, I'm loser. Well, give me food to eat. Esau saw this birthright that profited him nothing. He saw gains in despising it. The manifestation of sin may come in the form of hope. Sin, before you commit it, will come as if it is the only hope for you. No, excuse me, I did not know. I did not know, please, I did not know. Sin will never tell you all that you need to know before you commit it. It will only show you what you need to know, what he needs you to know in order to go into it. That's what I'm saying. And so it will show himself as the hope. In this case, the sale of the birthright by Esau was the only hope he has to live. Esau was hopeless in his condition. Brethren, people that commit sin are hopeless people. That sin they commit is the only panacea. What's panacea? The only antidote. What's antidote? The only way out, the only salvation that they have, the only thing they have to do in order to live. That is why they commit this sin. My friend, my beloved, I want to say that the sin you commit is not the only hope you have. Your hope should be in Jesus Christ. One of the songs that we sing is, my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest friend, but only lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock I stand, on other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. Sin does not appear as a sinking sand. It appears as a rock. That's what it does. The despising of the birthright of Esau gave him hope to live on. So sin can manifest himself in form of a hope. And of course, like I told you, it is only the hopeless that goes into sin in order to redeem themselves. They see it as the only way out. In 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2 to 8, Bible warns that you were given out as a chaste virgin, that you should do as much as you can. Don't allow sin to deceive you or beguile you as a serpent through its own subtlety to make you to fall into the corruption thereof. The manifestation of sin sometimes come in the form of peace. Excuse me. As you are in this house, the trouble too much. Are you going to die young? Your trouble is too much. If you come out, if you leave this marriage, if you leave this house, if you quit now, you have peace. You have peace if you quit now. It comes in form of peace. And I tell you what, try it. Try it and quit. Whether you like it or not, you are not the first, neither will you be the last. But one thing is sure, you must surely regret in shame and disgrace. Because those that stood with you and support you to quit, they will laugh at you to scorn because you quit. That you must know. And those that say, person when not married, they leave, give them some moment, 2-3 years to come, they'll get married, and you remain where you are. The shame is all yours. Sin manifests, package itself in the form of joy and happiness. And of course, if it doesn't do that, you will not commit it. That's what I want you to understand. That is why sin at all times must always appear the way it does, so that people will continue to commit it. If it does not appear in that form, as if it is silver, as if it is gold, as if it is good, you will not like to commit it. That is what like I told you, Toyota does. He has to change the design of the cars, same engine in some of them, so that you can go ahead and buy it. We must know, brethren, that the manifestation of sin may be in the form of fortunes, only for you to see misfortune as time goes on. Right from the very day Esau sold his birthright, his life was plunged into trouble and misfortunes. He used to go for hunting and return home with animals. But I tell you what, right from the day Esau, sold his birthright, he will go for hunting and return home empty. He was promised a blessing. You know what happened? But that blessing was given to another person. Brethren, personality of sin is the personality of failure. But sin will always manifest in the form of success. Everyone that goes into sin do so because they feel they will have success, but they end up in failure, disappointment, deprived, deceived, and of course they end up in tears. They go into stealing for fear of the inability to provide for themselves. They say they cannot provide for themselves. You cannot get it. You can't make it if you don't steal. If you don't kidnap somebody and collect money, you cannot make it. I want you to know that this is serious deceit. You are being deceived. You are being deceived. Sin may manifest to you as wealth or in the form thereof. You think it is wealth, but when you go inside 419, you get money. You go in and discover that you are in a serious sin. The manifestation of sin, of course, we are told, is clear. The manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit without. But the manifestation of sin is given unto every man to deceive and for losses. The manifestation of sin, of course, we see a manifestation of truth commends every man's conscience before the Lord. But the manifestation of sin destroys every man's conscience in the sight of God. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 2. How does sin manifest before you commit? How they do you for body? How does it trick you? What does it say to you? How does it convince you? What gain does it show you that makes you think when you commit it, it is done? This is the way and the method of sin, of which without that you will not commit it. So you have to know that sin does not come in its true form. It comes in the form of righteousness and holiness. It comes in the form that nobody will know when you do it, but yet everybody will know when it is happened. I've come to tell you, and you might be wary and know that sin never appears in its true form. But sin must manifest in the form to entice men, that men might come into it, and by so doing, they might end up in hellfire. Who among you is ready to be baptized? Who among you is ready to live a righteous life? Who among you is ready, having known how sin will show himself in different forms, in different ways? How many of you are willing to become the children of God, baptized into Christ, and repent from these sins? And those of you that are worshiping online, if you are willing to be baptized, if you are willing to become a Christian, if you are willing to become a child of God, having known how sin will appear to you, lest you say, I did not know. Now you know. It will appear to you in any way that it chooses to convince you, to make you to yield, to make you to commit it. Are you ready to be a Christian? If you are worshiping online and you are willing to be baptized, please drop your name, drop your phone number, and we'll link you with the nearest congregation of the Church of Christ to you. For now, we'll take a song while we'll invite those that are willing to be children of God, having known how sin manifests itself.
We'll take a stanza of hymn number 514, The Glory Land Way, 514.
As the song goes, rise and be baptized. A stanza, please.
I'm in the way, the bright and shining way. I'm in the way, the bright and shining way. I'm in the
the glory
land way.
Are you willing to be a child of God? For I'm here to welcome you to Jesus Christ. Having known how sin manifests itself, so that you will not say, I did not know, I thought, I think, I never knew. Are you willing to be a Christian? Are you willing to be baptized? Are you willing to be a righteous person? Are you willing to stand out from the crowd and live a life of being glory to God? Now is the time to run away from the land. The glory land way is the right way. Of course, anywhere outside the glory land way is not the right way. Take note, when sin wants to come, it will appear in the glorious way. The choice is yours. Repent, and God shall bless you in Jesus' name.